I'm Chris Duke, and today on Motorz, we're going to show you how to detail your vehicle. Hey, welcome to Motorz. For years now, we've been showing you how to improve the look and performance of your vehicle through aftermarket products. But once you've installed all those great products on your ride, to make it look great, you have to clean and protect it. And that's what we're doing today on Motorz, thanks to Motorz Polishes. Motorz Polishes hooked us up with just about every detailing product that they make. And today we're going to show you how to properly use them. Now over here we've got everything you need to polish your vehicle, from your chrome, aluminums, and every single form of wax that you could possibly need, as well as their power balls and their power cones, which are handy for getting inside wheels and other tight areas. Of course, they've got your car wash soap, a headlight restoration kit for bringing back those dull headlights, a clay bar kit, and everything you need for your leather, your paint, and your plastics. Now over here we've got a ton of their microfiber towels and brushes for scrubbing tires, cleaning carpet and upholstery, their microfiber applicator pads, and down here in the front all of their spray-on products such as their spray wax, their tire shine, Showtime detail spray, wheel and tire cleaner, glass cleaner, protectant, and interior care.
Hi, I'm Nate with Sears Tools. Let me tell you about the Blue Tool Crew. We know tools. With over 400 national brands and over 30,000 products, we can help you find the tools you need. Shop with us at your local store, online at sears.com/tools, or with the latest Sears Tools catalog. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. And if you have any questions, give us a call at 877-4BLUE-CREW.
We've got an older Jeep Grand Cherokee we're working on today in the shop, and it's kept outside all the time. Both the interior and the exterior need a lot of help. The paint has spiderweb scratches and hazing of the clear coat. The headlights are heavily oxidized, dull, and degraded, which is a safety hazard because it blocks the light and reduces your ability to see at night. Also, the leather interior and carpet need some attention, as well as the wheels and tires. Let's check out some of the tools you might need for detailing. When detailing your vehicle, you're also going to need some tools, such as a vacuum like our Craftsman 9-gallon shop vac for your interior, an orbital polisher with some clean bonnets. Now we've got a wool one here, which is a little bit more aggressive for when your paint's really messed up. Just got to be careful when you're using something like this because you can also damage your paint if used improperly. So we're going to be using a terry cloth bonnet. That's a little bit safer for your paint. Now to protect your eyes, you need some safety glasses, and to protect your paint when you're working on your headlight restoration, you're going to need some tape. You're also going to need a variable speed drill for those power cones and power balls from Motorz Polishes. Now for more information on the tools from the Sears Blue Tool Crew, just check out our website. Now one of the products that we've talked about a couple of times on the show already is Motorz Headlight Restoration Kit. It comes with just about everything you need except for a drill, some tape to mask off your paint, some water, and some safety glasses. Now depending on how badly oxidized your headlights are, you might be able to get away with just the provided power ball and the polish. And if they're bad like ours, then you're going to need to use the provided restoration pads. And there's two of them, which have varying grit depending on which side you use. Now, since we have to use the restoration pads, we need to pre-soak those. And while those are soaking away in this water, we're going to mask off our paint. Before we start using the restoration pads, we're going to use the power ball and this polish to remove any loose material from the headlight that may prevent those restoration pads from functioning properly. So we're going to put a nickel-sized drop right here and get to work. Now you want to vary your pressure from light to moderate while keeping your drill speed between 1500 and 2000 RPM. The included restoration pads vary in grit from 800 on number 1 all the way up to 2000 on number 4. Now the way this works, you want to start with number 1. Go left and right over the entire lens until it's uniformly white. Then use number 2, going up and down, spending a little bit more time than you did on number 1. Then do the exact same thing for number 3 and number 4. You might also want to keep some water handy because you need to keep this well lubricated while you're doing it. To avoid creating deep scratches in your lens, use even and light pressure and keep the pad flat. Well, that looks pretty good for our 800 grit number 1 side. We're going to switch sides to number 2, which is 1000 grit, switch it up 90 degrees, and we're going to spend a little bit more time going this direction. Well, that's looking even better still with our number 2 grit sandpaper, but we're not done yet. We've got to move on to our number 3, which is our 1500 grit, and we're going to start going left and right on this guy and spending even more time than we did with number 2. And now that we're done with the number 3 1500 grit, we can switch sides to the 2000 grit on number 4 and go up and down. Now once we're done with this, we can wipe it down with a microfiber towel and then hit it with the power ball. Well, those restoration pads clean this up pretty good. Feels really smooth, but it's still a little hazy. We're going to fix that with the power ball. Well, that looks 1000% better, and even though it'll take you about a half hour to an hour to restore your headlights, it's a lot cheaper than buying a new set of lights. And now we actually might be able to see where we're going at night. Now, since the wheels and tires on our Jeep that we've been working on are in pretty good shape, we wanted to work on something a little bit nastier, so we pulled off one of the wheels from our F-150, which is a chrome wheel. We masked off half of it so we can show you the before and after difference. We're going to start with Motorz foaming all wheel and tire cleaner, and we're going to spray a liberal amount all over the wheel and tire and leave it on there for about 30 seconds. Now since these wheels were so nasty, we're going to go ahead and use our brush on here just to be on the safe side. Now that we're about 30 seconds into it, I'm going to spray it with a strong stream of water and then let it dry to a spot-free shine. Now that we've removed most of the brake dust and loose debris from our wheel and tires using Motorz all wheel and tire cleaner, there's still quite a bit of work to do since this chrome is so pitted. It's still holding quite a bit of grime. So we're going to use the power cone and Motorz chrome polish to take care of that. Then to shine up our tires, we're going to use Motorz FX Tire Shine on just half of our wheels. So again, we can show you the before and after difference. Before using the Motorz power cone, make sure you put on some safety glasses and then put a little bit of chrome polish on the tip. Get to work. Now allow this to dry to a haze and then wipe it down with a clean terry cloth towel and then give a good look to see if there's any spots that might need a little bit more. Now as far gone as these chrome wheels were, Motorz power cone and chrome polish did an impressive job bringing these things back to life. Spray the FX Tire Shine directly on the surface or an applicator. We're going to use this terry cloth towel so we don't make a huge mess. Leave it on there for about 4 to 6 minutes and wipe off any of the excess. All right, let's wipe off this excess tire shine and then pull off our tape to reveal the before and after difference. Wow, that's an impressive difference on both the wheel and the tire. Just took a little bit of time and a little bit of Motorz. After washing your vehicle, the next logical step is usually to wax it. But before you do, you might want to run your hand over your paint. If it feels rough, you should clay bar your paint. Now Motorz makes this awesome clay bar kit that includes 2 clay bars, their Showtime Instant Detailer, and a microfiber towel. Clay barring removes contaminants and particles in your paint that over time build up, and you want to remove those before you put on some wax. Now there's other surfaces that you can use clay bar on, such as plastics, chrome, and glass. Well, let's get started on our clay bar. Start by working your clay bar into a flat surface, then wet down your paint with the Showtime Detail Spray and move the clay bar back and forth and side to side until it feels good and smooth. Now once it's nice and smooth, you can move on to the next area. Just make sure you keep it good and wet. And from time to time, you're going to want to rework this by kneading it back and forth like this. Now you know when you're done because you can feel the difference in the paint. So you just dry it off with a microfiber towel and move on to the next area. After clay barring our entire vehicle, it's time to move on to those hairline scratches that we have on the paint. And on our Jeep, there's quite a few. For that, we're going to use Motorz Scratch Remover. So we just want to pour a little bit into a clean terry cloth towel and polish it in various directions, finishing in a circular motion. And once you're done with this area, you can wipe it off with another clean terry cloth towel and then move on to the next area. And once we finish the entire vehicle, then we'll move on to wax. With all the scratches in our paint removed, we can finally get onto the wax. Now, Motorz has this awesome 3-step system to get the job done right. Step 1 is a pre-wax cleaner that helps prepare your paint for waxing. Step 2 is a sealer and glaze that helps hide any remaining small imperfections and give you that deep shine. And finally, step 3 is their pure carnauba wax that gives you that final layer of protection against the elements. Now let's get started with step 1. Step 1 is the pre-wax cleaner. We're going to pour a small amount onto a microfiber towel or a terry cloth towel and massage it into an area about 2 or 3 feet. And you want to wait till this dries to a haze and then use another clean towel to wipe it off. You want to use the same process for the next 2 steps as well. And now step 2, the sealer and glaze. And finally, step 3, Motorz Pure Carnauba Paste Wax. You just need a damp terry cloth towel or the applicator pad to apply. Now, we only did this small section of the hood so that we can show you the difference between the protected paint as well as the unprotected paint. Now, I'll spray some tap water on the protected as well as the unprotected side so you can see the difference. As you can see, the water beads up immediately on the protected side, beads off the paint, whereas over here it's just sitting there stagnant. That's going to cause water spots, which is going to be a lot more difficult to get off in the future. A quicker and easier way to wax your paint is with a liquid wax such as Motorz FX Sin Wax and an orbital polisher. Now what you want to do is just apply a small amount to your bonnet, and while keeping that cord away from your vehicle, guide the polisher around on the paint without applying any additional pressure. You want it to do all the work for you. Use a 50% overlapping pattern for good even coverage. Now you can use this orbital polisher with other products, just make sure you always start with a clean bonnet. After allowing it to dry to a haze, use a clean towel and wipe it off. Here's a quick tip to help prevent your power cord from disconnecting while using your orbital polisher. Just wrap the cord around one of the handles before plugging it in. After you get done wiping off your wax, use a Motorz detail brush to get into those nooks and crannies and around emblems like this. Just use light pressure so you don't cause any new scratches. Now on your black bumpers and exterior black trim, you want to use Motorz Back to Black to bring it back to life. Just pour some onto a clean terry cloth towel and apply liberally, then allow it to dry and buff it with a clean terry cloth towel. For cleaning your glass, you can use Motorz Glass Cleaner, but for those hard, stubborn water spots, you can actually use Motorz Chrome Polish to get those out. To prepare your interior for protectant, use Motorz detail brush and a terry cloth or microfiber towel to remove all the loose debris from your dashboard and all the crevices. To protect and keep clean all of your rubber, vinyl, and plastic that's in your interior, use Motorz protectant. Just spray some onto a clean cloth and apply it evenly. Allow it to penetrate for about 2 minutes and then clean off any of the excess with another clean towel. Now that we're done protecting our dash, we can move on to our leather seats. Now, if you've got a leather interior, Motorz makes 2 great products to clean and protect it. To use the cleaner, just hold the bottle about 5 inches away from the surface and spray it on. And using a clean microfiber or terry cloth towel, massage it into the surface. Then using another clean terry cloth towel, wipe off all the excess. Now to apply the conditioner, use another clean towel and allow it to penetrate for about 2 minutes before wiping off its excess. And once we're done with all of our leather, then we'll move on to our carpets. Now that looks much better. Before you get to the vacuuming, take Motorz carpet and upholstery brush to loosen up all the debris, move it over to one of the sides. It's going to make it a lot easier to vacuum up. After vacuuming out your interior, you can clean your carpet using Motorz Carpet and Upholstery Cleaner. You just want to apply a liberal amount to about a 2-foot square area and rub it briskly with a terry cloth towel. That's looking nasty. Now for some tough stains, you might want to use a soft bristle brush. Then using another clean terry cloth towel, wipe up any excess. Then repeat as necessary until it's clean. Then allow it to dry and then vacuum it up again. Now in our area of Southern California, we're only allowed to wash our vehicles in certain places due to water regulations. But here's some tips from Motorz Polishes on how to properly wash your vehicle. First, let your car cool down before you wash it. If there's any direct sunlight, make sure you keep it wet. Begin washing from the top down, and if you drop your wash mitt or your sponge, clean it thoroughly or replace it to protect your paint. Then dry off your vehicle with a clean terry cloth or microfiber towel. In between washing, Motorz recommends using a California duster for light dust and debris, their Showtime Detail Spray and their FX Spray Wax, as well as a microfiber towel for bird poop and other stubborn spots. Letters, brought to you by truckblog.com. Welcome to Letters. Now, a bunch of you guys have been emailing asking where you can pick up some Motorz gear. Well, I'm happy to announce that now at our website, we've got gear. We've got hats just like these. You can buy a keychain, stickers, or you can buy individual episodes on Blu-ray or a DVD. So just visit our website and click on that store link right up at the top. Now, our first letter comes from Hunter, who writes, "Hey Chris, you obviously know a lot about cars, so my question is, did you learn from just working on them, or did you go to school? If so, where did you go?" Well, Hunter, I'm glad that you think that, but the truth is I learn a lot as I go along. I do a lot of research online, or I consult with a lot of friends. Now, if you are looking for a more formal education, you can go to a local community college or check out a vocational school. Now, Craig writes in and says, "Hi, Chris and crew.
Hi, Craig.
I've got a 1997 Ford F-250 4x4 diesel, which I'm having trouble finding stock replacement wheels for. Can you direct me to an outlet or a store that you prefer?" Well, Craig, you can check out auto salvage yards, or you can check out some online auction sites, or you can also Google Take-Off Parts. You can find these companies that obtain parts from dealers and resell them. Rob writes, "I have a 2007 Mustang GT that I installed Eibach Pro Springs and have low-profile tires on it. The fronts are 245 35/20s and the rears are 295 30/20s. I think the car is much too stiff for me and wondered if I installed the Ford Racing Kit, would it soften the car up some and make it a better, less rigid ride?" Well, Rob, it doesn't really matter which suspension kit you go with because either one is going to stiffen up your ride. And then adding low-profile tires to it, well, it's just going to come out a little bit stiffer. Now, Grant writes, "Are you going to do more episodes on the Jeep teardown? I can't find mention of future episodes, and I'd really like to see more progress on the Jeep." Well, Grant, so would we. We're working hard on getting more products for the Jeep. Now, we do have that teardown episode that you mentioned, as well as a suspension episode. And we have a couple more episodes planned for our Jeep CJ5, so stay tuned to more episodes of Motorz. Carlos writes, "You should make an episode on how to install a turbo." Well, Carlos, we actually get that request all the time, and hopefully we'll get to that next season. But this season, we're going to show you how to do the step-by-step installation on a supercharger with before and after dyno results. So be sure to check that out. And finally, Brandon writes, "Hey Chris, I do a lot of work on my 2006 Mustang, and I'm looking for a low-profile floor jack. When I went to my local auto parts store, there were so many different ones and the prices varied. I've got no clue what to look for. I've been using my scissor jack and some jack stands. So what should I be looking for in a low-profile floor jack?" Well, Brandon, I recommend only using a scissor jack when you absolutely need it, such as when you're stranded on the side of the road and you need to change that tire. Now, when shopping for a new floor jack, look for one that's 2¼ ton or greater capacity. Now, you can go into the Sears store and have the Sears Blue Tool crew help you out, or you can go online to their website and just search for low-profile floor jack. Now, I want to thank Brandon and everybody else for sending in their letter. If you'd like me to answer your letter on the show, just head on over to our website and click on the letters button.
And now it's time for Parts, brought to you by the Sears Blue Tool crew.
Yeah, I know, we're supposed to be using hand tools for everything on this show. However, there are times when we want or need to use air tools. Sometimes we really have tough bolts to remove, or there are those ones that can just take forever with a ratchet. Now, in those situations, we bust out our Craftsman air tools, as well as our Craftsman 27-gallon air compressor from the Sears Blue Tool crew. It packs 150 pounds per square inch maximum air pressure, has 7.2 standard cubic feet per minute at 40 psi and 5.8 at 90 psi, which gives you plenty of power to run just about any tool. This little beastie has a 1.9 rated horsepower motor, is belt driven, can operate on 120 or 240 volts, is relatively quiet for an air compressor, has inflatable rubber tires, and all you have to do is plug in a hose and get to work. Now you can pick one up today from the Sears Blue Tool crew. Many manufacturers are now equipping vehicles with LED taillights because they not only look cool, but they're brighter for higher visibility during daylight or night, illuminate faster for increased safety, and they last longer than a conventional bulb. Now, Hella makes LED tail lamps for many common pickup trucks such as the Ford F-150, Toyota Tundra, Dodge Ram, and Chevy Silverado, which are the ones we have right here. They're DOT and SAE compliant, perform stop and turn functions. They're easy to install. They have a very cool sealless neon tube effect, plus the fit and finish are of original equipment quality. Stay tuned to Motorz as we'll show you how to install a few of these tail lamps in a future episode. If you're looking for improved suspension performance, check out Eibach and their complete line of suspension systems. Developed using the same technology as Formula One race cars, the Pro Street S suspension system gives you easy to set individual ride height and corner weight adjustability that can be lowered from 0.8 of an inch all the way up to 3 inches. The stainless steel coilover shocks resist rust and corrosion. They look awesome and are easy to install. Eibach is known for their outstanding suspension systems that provide an industry-leading balance between ride quality and performance and come with a 1-year warranty. Now, for more information on the tools and products we talked about on today's parts, go to our website and click on the Parts button.
Check out the Motorz TV website to watch all of your favorite episodes and more, and talk with other viewers online in our popular forums area. Catch the latest news and information surrounding the show, as well as the entire automotive industry. Take Motorz with you on the road with our free app available for the iPhone and iPod Touch, and win free parts by entering in our monthly giveaway. It's all right here at www.motorz.tv.
Motorz Polishes makes just about every product you need to detail your ride, and as you can see, the results are incredible. We restored our headlights, we removed light scratches from our paint, we cleaned and brought new life to our wheels and tires, and we detailed and conditioned our interior. Now, for more information on all the products we used in this episode from Motorz Polishes or the Sears Blue Tool crew, just head on over to our website. Thanks for watching Motorz. We'll catch you next week. Bienvenidos a Motorz. We restored our headlights, we removed squirrels. We restored our headlights. I can't do it now. Wax on, wax off. Would you like some? Yeah, that didn't work. And plus you're laughing at me. Motorz Polishes, approved by Motorz.